recently I've been watching and reviewing a lot of classic Doctor Who, but I was asked by one of you to watch the 2 Children in Need episodes, the Children in Need episode from 2005, otherwise known as Born Again, and Time Crash, the episode with David Tennant and Peter Davison. So this is a review of Time Crash. Time Crash came about in 2007, and it was the first time we saw a multi-Doctor episode in the world of NuWho. I've been reminiscing after watching both of these episodes, and I remember back in 2007 being actually quite aggrieved that it was Peter Davison who was allowed to have this special episode and not Paul McGann. I think at the time I was still quite put out that Paul McGann didn't get a fair outing of the Doctor, considering all the amazing work he'd done with Big Finish, and this was kind of another little kick in the teeth that he hadn't been allowed to have his Doctor again on our screens. Obviously that got rectified with the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Night of the Doctor, so I'm not as bitter as I was back then. To be fair though, it was nice to see Peter Davison put on the old cricket whites and play the 5th Doctor again in what was, and still is, a really nice episode. I've forgotten this episode was written by Steven Moffat, and looking back at it now, I probably could say that this episode was a lot better than probably a lot of the series he's done in recent memory. Ooh, is that a bit harsh? I might be a bit harsh. Maybe a bit harsh today. I don't know. No. Steven Moffat's alright, but old Steven Moffat, classic David Tennant series Steven Moffat was a lot better than what we're seeing now. His episodes always did really well and they always hit home, and the theme of this episode was brilliant. So I'll leave it at that. Maybe I'm being a bit too catty in my old age. I don't know. Who knows? Either way, really simple, clever, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey episode written by Steven Moffat at the peak of his powers. There you go, that's what I'll say about that. They explained away the Peter Davison looking differently, really simply, really well, about the 2 TARDIS colliding, makes him fatter and taller and balder. And it was really cool to see the fact that the 10th Doctor was essentially doing what we do as fans, fanboying a previous version of the Doctor. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, you've probably done that when you've met one of the previous Doctors. Even if you didn't be as overt as 10 was, it's going on inside your head. Come on, admit it. I've done it before, and I bet you have too. So we had this kind of really simple, really bouncy, roundy story where essentially it was a time paradox where the 10th Doctor was watching... No, I'm getting confused with my time paradox already. The 5th Doctor was watching the 10th Doctor do what the 10th Doctor remembered the 5th Doctor remembering the 10th Doctor did. Or something like that. Yeah. It was also nice seeing the banter between the 2 Doctors. I think I enjoyed it even more so at the time because we were always told we were never going to get a multi-Doctor story back in the dark times of series 1, 2 and 3. It was always said, no, we're never going to get a multi-Doctor story. The classic Doctors are far too old and they're never going to be involved in it. Again, Paul McGann, he's still not that old. He should have done it before. It's been rectified. So this was kind of all we were going to get. And it was a nod to classic fandom, new fandom, Peter Davison, David Tennant, and of course it was for charity as well. So you got the banter between the 2 Doctors. It was nice to see them arguing, and then the realisation dawning, and then the kind of bonding that you always get when you get a multi-Doctor episode. And it was nice to see a little bit of David Tennant himself coming out in this and acknowledging that the 5th Doctor was his Doctor. And obviously, as time has gone on, Peter Davison is now David Tennant's father-in-law and grandfather to his children. So yeah, it's nice to look back on it and think, oh, isn't it nice to see how things turned out? Like I say, I really love the story, and it was nice to see at the end a little bit of CGI, a little bit of graphics where the 5th Doctor disappeared back to his own timeline, and you just saw his face change back into the young version that he was previously. It is canon, must be canon. And it worked really well. It worked really well for the time. It gave us that multi-Doctor episode that we never thought we were going to get. And it was a nice nod to classic fandom and a nice time crash merging of the 2 fandoms, if only for a short space of time. I really enjoyed Time Clash. I hope they can do more multi-Doctor episodes in the future. There's an idea for me already to re-watch some of the more multi-Doctor episodes. An admission of guilt to the world of fandom that I've only actually watched the 50th anniversary episode once when it was aired. So I really need to go back and re-watch that. And also go back and watch the 5 Doctors, because I love the 5 Doctors. I've seen that loads of time, but it's always good to re-watch it with a fan reviewer hat on and then do a video of that as well. Please like and subscribe, and drop in the comments any other Doctor Who episodes you think I should watch and review. I'll be back soon with some more Doctor Who related goodness. Until then, cheerio for now. Bye bye. You've made it to the end. That's brilliant. Please like, comment and subscribe, and check out my other cool videos. Until next time, it's goodbye from me.